Excessive heat warnings and advisories.
You can get to a point where you start to become confused and lethargic and tired, and at that point it might be too late for you to even have the wherewithal to call for help.
Affecting 90 million Americans. Migrants in a wooden boat coming ashore in South Florida. And conflicting decisions.
The only way to achieve this goal is to provide accurate, science-based, and thorough information in our instructions.
Leaving Miami-Dade schools without a sex ed curriculum. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Michelle Morris.
I'm Elena Key, and today is Monday, July 25th, 2022.
Live from the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Dangerous heat up and down the East Coast, including triple-digit temperatures as far as north as Boston. It is also a concern on the West Coast, where 100-degree highs are fueling a massive wildfire.
And as CNN's Cole Higgins reports, heat advisories have been extended to include today.
More than 90 million people across the U.S. are under excessive heat warnings and advisories.
It's too hot. It's too hot right now.
Oh, I'm warm as hell.
High humidity mixed with sweltering temperatures pushing many heat indexes into the triple digits. The National Weather Service warning it may feel extremely oppressive.
Most common mistake people make is trying to tough it out, trying to think that it's just going to cool off, just trying to think, hey, you know, this is just a little bit of sweatiness, a little bit of nausea. This is no big deal. You can get to a point where you start to become confused and lethargic and tired, and at that point it might be too late for you to even have the wherewithal to call for help.
Forecasters say a number of cities in the Northeast will likely see daily record high temperatures.
Boston's record 98. It goes back to 1933.
The city of Boston reaching 100 degrees on Sunday, breaking a daily heat record set 89 years ago, according to the National Weather Service. This massive heat wave also fueling a raging wildfire in California's Mariposa County outside Yosemite National Park. The Oak Fire has burned more than 14,000 acres so far, according to CAL FIRE. Governor Gavin Newsom declaring a state of emergency for the county after more than 3,000 people were forced to evacuate their homes.
It was scary when we left because we were getting ashes on us, but we had such a visual of this billowing that it just seemed like it was above our house and coming our way really quickly.
I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
Today, 19 adults and 8 children remain in custody after landing in Key West while on board a wooden boat. The U.S. Border Control stopped the group of Cuban migrants on Saturday. The wooden boat transported 11 men, 8 women, 2 boys, and 6 girls. According to the Miami Herald, the U.S. Coast Guard has stopped over 3,000 Cuban migrants near Florida since October.
Miami-Dade County textbook debate this morning after some are questioning the appropriate nature of sexual education resources. Just last week, the county voted against the new sexual education textbooks for the coming school year. Parents and educators weigh in on the decision.
Education is power. Our students who do not receive this information will be rendered powerless to make critical decisions, not only during school, but in life.
As a parent, as a mental health professional,
Although
and
some
a
are in
manager of
favor
a medical
for
practice,
the ruling,
I
many others
strongly
believe
support
the new
the
law
adoption
is a
of
setback.
proposed reproductive health textbooks.
The stylists at Disney World's Bibbidi Bobbidi boutiques will now be gender neutral. Instead of fairy godmothers in training, they will now be called fairy godmothers apprentices. The move allows males and non-binary cast members to help transform children into iconic Disney characters using makeup, hairstyles, and costumes.
A new trend on social media started with a young woman in Miami who wanted company on her morning walk. Now, as the network's Leanne Abutabouche reports, dozens are joining her for what she calls a hot girl walk.
We're here in Brickell as part of the Hot Girl Walk. What started as a TikTok trend is now a weekly event to bring the South Florida community together. Every Saturday, Gabriela Ayala hosts a meetup in a different spot where girls gather to start their morning walk. They then finish up with some refreshing drinks and grab a bite to eat. Gabriela says she wanted to make friends and found it really hard to do so, which inspired her to make a TikTok asking people to join in on her morning walks. Her TikTok went viral with more than 60 girls showing up in Brickell Key this Saturday.
I moved here about a year and a half ago, And I've talked to so many girls who have also just moved here, and I think it's a really hard thing to make friends in Miami, especially when you're new somewhere, when you're not in school anymore, especially with work remotely. Like, you know, it's very isolating. And I've made some incredible friendships. We do things not only here at the walk, but we meet up in smaller groups throughout the week. We go to lunch, we get coffee, we go to workout classes. So it's a community that spreads far beyond the walk.
Hot Girl Walk is encouraging people to step out of their comfort zone to make lifelong friendships. It is also an opportunity to connect with Miami's outdoor spaces and stay physically active.
This is my 5th walk, so I've been coming regularly, and I'm really excited about just being a part of this group.
It's just growing, and the community here is just, people want to have that connection, want to meet new people, want to do those activities.
This is the 10th Hot Girl Walk. The scale of the event is expanding as more and more people are showing up every week. Reporting for the South Florida Media Network, Dayan Abu Tarbush.
The Marlins looking to turn things around on the road.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
The tide, when you get to the water, it looked like the bumper had come off of the car and was in the water.
A car crashing through a Florida beach and right into the Atlantic. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Crash and splash as a driver in Florida plows right into a beach and then into the Atlantic Ocean. This morning, people are recovering from what's expected to be a relaxing day at the beach turned into a total disaster.
In Daytona Beach yesterday, a driver apparently suffered a medical emergency and ended up driving through a toll booth and onto the beach. Daytona Beach officials confirmed 15 people were injured and at least 5 people were taken to the hospital, including a young boy who was in the water at the time.
Just heard banging, and we turned around, and that's when he blew through the gate up there. And you see the car come fly through here, and everybody's running out of the way.
Not released any information about the driver.
Today, the Miami Marlins celebrate a tight win against Pittsburgh's Pirates at PNC Park. The game was neck to neck, and the Marlins and the Pirates faced off yesterday. The score tied 4-4 at the end of the 9th inning, but the Marlins were able to outscore the Pirates in extra, winning the final score. The score was 6-5. The Marlins play Cincinnati Reds later today at 6:40 p.m.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak, but before we go, we want to give a special shout out to our producer, Steve. Happy birthday. I'm
Yes.
Nikki.
And I'm Michelle Morris. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu. Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.